downturn in the housing market, so I stole this from your research here. We're looking at the U.S. housing market index here. The peak, it's still hiking 75 basis points each time. We're seeing 75 basis points is pretty much locked in for this month's next raise. And then
Mhm.
also December, they're looking at 75 basis points
Right.
again. So, you're talking about housing pulling back. Obviously, housing went up, like, what was it, 40% in 2 years
Yeah.
when it
Yeah,
traditionally goes up,
no.
what, 2 or 3%? So,
Yeah.
how much more do we need to pull back in housing before we finally get to have a Fed that's like, all right, let's slow down a little bit?
Yeah, so they're really focused on inflation here. So they're going to keep going until the inflation numbers come back, at least directionally, towards where they want them to be. Um, it's a really problematic situation because they sort of let the housing market get out of control. Now they have to rein it back in. It's really difficult to thread the needle because of these and lags where they think that maybe they've done enough now and they're going to hold rates where they are. You know, if you look at the chart here, they paused hiking rates in 2006. There were no further increases, but the housing market continued to cascade lower until the first rate cut in the summer of '07. Then they started cutting rates, and the housing market still went down. So there's this narrative out there that the nanosecond that they stop hiking or cut rates, everything's going to turn around. And that's only true when the economy achieves a soft landing. If the economy falls into a recession and they're still hiking rates or they're reluctant to cut rates, then you get into a situation where the economy doesn't respond immediately to cuts in interest rates. And you have this lagged effect where the housing market keeps slowing, the rest of the economy keeps slowing. You have job losses, and then the Fed has to cut, and the economy is not responding. I think that we are going to end up in that scenario in the beginning of 23.
Want to listen to the full episode as a podcast? Subscribe to Wall Street Breakfast and get Week and Bite every Saturday morning in your favorite podcast app.